Advanced Residential Applications and Case Studies. Chapter 12, Case Study on Challenging Market Conditions. Page 10, Preliminary Research. We already said there is nothing like this, at least that you know of, in the area. But suppose you find another exceptional high dollar property in another suburban neighborhood approximately 150 miles away, which has a large enclosed facility, and that this property sold in recent months. You have discovered this information by way of another appraiser who has graciously shared information with you. It seems that a professional NFL player in your state and whose residence was located in a suburban neighborhood about 150 miles away decided that he needed his own indoor practice facility, since he really despised those hot pre-season training camps and could usually find some reason, legitimate or not, to miss a good portion of those mandatory sessions. So when he recently purchased his new home 20 miles from the city his NFL team was located in, he immediately had a 15,000 square foot practice / workout facility built next to his home on the 5-acre site. The cost to construct this facility, which is larger but less luxurious and useful than the complex involved in your assignment, was $975,000, according to your appraiser friend. Almost as soon as construction of the workout facility was completed, this player was traded to another team just 4 months after purchasing his home for $1.6 million. He sold it with the newly built practice facility to a wealthy technology inventor for $1,892,500. Assuming that there was no significant changes in the real estate market over the 4 months the NFL player owned his home, and that the player made no other significant improvements to the property, what does this transaction tell you about the contributory value of the practice facility? Number 1, the practice facility appears to have contributed blank dollars to the overall value of the property. The cost to construct this facility was larger but less luxurious and useful than the complex involved in your assignment, $975,000, according to your appraiser friend. Oh, okay. So I think what we're going to do is we take the most recent sales price, which is 1.892, $1,892,500, which it was sold to this wealthy technology guy, right? And then I think after purchasing his home for 1.6, so he bought the home for 1.6 million, and it cost $975,000 to construct, right? Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna add up that first and then minus it. So 1,600,000 plus the 975,000 to build equals $2,575,000, right? 2.575. Let me write that number down. And then damn, that doesn't sound right though. Wait. He purchased a home for 1.6, and then he constructed that thing for 900. So, oh, I think I get where this is going. It didn't contribute shit really, because if he sold it for 1.892, that's what the actual value is. So, actually, let's just go back to our original thing. Or should we minus it? Because it actually, no, let's just keep going with this. 1,892,500 minus 1.6 equals $292,500 of actual contributory value. So it was like it didn't really contribute shit. What percentage of the actual cost to construct the practice facility does the contributory value reflect? What percentage of the actual cost, okay, to construct the facility does the contributory value reflect? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and then I'm going to divide it by maybe 975,000. 30% maybe? Do you think... Oh wait, the practice facility consists of a similar steel span building with a brick veneer, but only includes an artificial turf practice field, fitness area, and large hot tub and sauna, without the other features the McManus facility will have. Number 3, do you think this more utilitarian, less luxurious facility would have a lower or higher contributory value as a percentage of actual costs as compared to the McManus facility? Less luxurious facility. I'm going to say yes. Number 4. What do you think might be a reasonable range of contributory value for the McManus Recreation / Entertainment Complex given the actual cost of blank and a percentage of the actual cost ranging from blank percent to percent? A range? I'm going to say 250,000 to 300,000. And I'm going to say a percentage of actual cost. Percentage of actual cost ranging from 25% to 30%. Submit. All right. Issue number 1, suggested solutions. Number 1, the practice facility appears to have contributed $292,500 to the overall value of the property. Nailed it. Good job. Excellent. Number 2, what percentage of the actual cost to construct the practice facility does the contributory value reflect? You said 30%. Fucking nailed it. Excellent job. That's really hard math. The practice facility consists of a similar steel span building with a brick veneer, but only includes an artificial turf practice field, fitness area, and large hot tub and sauna, without the other features the McManus facility will have. Number 3, do you think this more utilitarian, less luxurious facility would have a lower or higher contributory value as a percentage of the actual cost as compared to the McManus facility? The answer is lower, given the lack of appeal versus the McManus facility. I don't even know what I put on that one. So I got that one wrong. And number 4. What do you think might be a reasonable range of contributory value for the McManus Recreation/Entertainment Complex, given the actual cost of $835,000 and a percentage of actual cost of $835,000. Oh, okay, I got that wrong. And a percentage of actual cost ranging from 35 to 40%. I was 10% off on that. I put 25 to 30%. They want 35 to 40%. $292,250 to $334,000. Page 11, issue number 2. We have determined that the recreation/entertainment complex is definitely an over improvement. But what about the residential dwelling? Number 5, given what we know about the McManus home as compared to minimum required square footage per deed restrictions, home as compared to minimum required square footage per deed restrictions. Something square feet, and the typical homes in the neighborhood blank to something blank, and the fact that some homes are as large as blank square feet. Do you think that the McManus house as planned will be an over improvement for the neighborhood? Yes, absolutely. I can answer. Number 6. Assuming that floor coverings, fittings, finishes, fixtures, appliances, systems, etc. are similar between the McManus and neighboring homes, which of the McManus home features mentioned earlier stands out as better or more than are probably expected or required by typical buyers for this type of home in this neighborhood? The basketball court, the Number 7, do you think a typical buyer would discount for these features? I wonder what they mean by that. I'm assuming yes, because they don't want to pay for that, because they don't want it. They don't want that. They aren't looking for that. Typical buyers aren't. Number 9, in order to test your initial opinions as to super adequacy of particular components and the typical buyer's reaction to value placed on such components, what can you do if match pair sales are not available in your particular market/neighborhood? I'm thinking the cost approach, like in the earlier part of this book, the cost approach, and maybe even income. Remember, if you are limited in terms of available data when appraising complex properties, don't be distracted by the information you wish you had but don't have. Getting out of the appraisal rut involves thinking creatively, just as we did with regards to the recreation complex being compared to the practice facility. Acquire what data you can, even if it is not ideal, and analyze that data as best you can in order to develop credible opinions and conclusions. Number 10, bottom line, do you think that you will be able to consider and use sales in Southern Nights as comparable sales in the appraisal of the McManus residence? Why or why not? I think you have to use, yes. Yes, you can. But with big adjustments and have to look for similar big mansions. Number 11. Assuming you do consider sales in Southern Nights as comparable sales, might you still need to consider other property sales, perhaps located some distance away from the subject, or older dated sales, as you seek to determine the contributory value of various extra components this property will have? Absolutely. Submit. Issue number 2, suggested solutions. Number 5, given what we know about the McManus home as compared to minimum required square footage per deed restrictions, 5,000 square feet, and the typical homes in the neighborhood, 6,000 to 6,500 square feet, and the fact that some homes are as large as 7,000 square feet, do you think that the McManus house as planned will be an over improvement for the neighborhood? No. Why or why not? So no was the answer. Although significantly larger than minimum gross living area allowed per deed restrictions, the proposed dwelling is not significantly larger than some other homes which currently exist in the neighborhood. Number 6, assuming that floor coverings, fittings, finishes, fixtures, appliances, systems, etc. are similar between the McManus and neighboring homes, which of the McManus home features mentioned earlier stand out as better or more than are probably expected or required by typical buyers for this type of home in the neighborhood? The answer was the recreation and entertainment complex, walk-in humidor, safe room / vault, servants' quarters, extra baths were like the super adequacy stuff. Number 7, do you think typical buyer would discount for these features? The answer was yes. Number 8, why or why not? The answer was, while these items may be useful, even desirable, they are not necessary for typical buyers and are not likely to be features typically sought out by typical buyers. Number 9, In order to test your initial opinions as to super adequacy of particular components and the typical buyer's reaction to value placed on such components, what can you do if match paired sales are not available in your particular market/neighborhood? The answer was, look outside the immediate neighborhood at other similar developments/neighborhoods, hopefully in nearby similar and competing communities. Number 10, bottom line. Do you think that you will be able to consider and use the sales in Southern Nights as comparable sales in the appraisal of the McManus residence? You said the answer was yes, that's correct. Why or why not? Answer was, although there are components of the proposed property which are super adequate as compared to the typical property, most obviously the recreation/entertainment complex. These components and the lack thereof in the neighborhood sales can be dealt with in the appraisal process, and the Southern Night sales are likely to be the most relevant to the market value of the subject property. Number 11, assuming you do consider sales in Southern Nights as comparable sales, might you still need to consider other property sales, perhaps located some distance away from the subject, or older dated sales, as you seek to determine the contributory value of the various extra components of the property? The answer was yes.